Hello and welcome to a very special show on NDTV. I'm RV, that's AE, and this is the man who got me started on all that contraction business, DC David Coulthard. David, thanks so much for being here with NDTV. Of course, Arman currently driving in Formula 2. Arman, of course, we do hope that you get to that F1 seat, and hopefully David will be able to give you a few tips on how to get there. But, of course, I know there's a whole audience over here that's waiting to pop questions to you as well, DC, so I'm not going to keep anything back. Let's just start the questions as well. And the first one, I'm going to take the honors. And David, now you've been a Formula 1 driver for 14, 15 years. What's that journey like, as short as you can?
Well, for me, it's been an amazing experience. As a young boy growing up in a village in Scotland, I had this opportunity to start karting. And that first time I drove a kart and experienced what it was to be in control of a vehicle was just fantastic. And at that time, I knew I wanted to try and compete at the highest level I could. That turned out to be Formula 1, and that journey in Formula 1 has led me to all corners of the world. And, you know, here I am today in India because of my journey of Formula 1.
Right, now, Arman, I know you're still just about starting in your third decade, rather. But, you know, what do you best remember DC for?
I mean, I remember when I was a kid, my dad had a tape of, I think, him and Barry Hill in Formula 3. That's when I first saw him racing. And then next thing I knew, he was in Formula 1, so yeah, I've seen him right through his career, almost, actually.
All right, what we're also going to do is keep bringing in the audience from time to time. So the first question I'm going to let Prateek take. Prateek, what's your question?
Yeah, hello. I want to ask you, in your long career of 15 years, do you think Michael Schumacher was the most powerful competitor of yours?
Well, unquestionably, Michael was not only the biggest competitor I had in my career, but he also turned out to be the most successful driver in the history of the sport. He won 7 World Championships and I think 90-something Grand Prix. So in many ways, I picked a bad time to be a Grand Prix driver because I finished second to him in the World Championship. But on the other hand, my goal was to be up against the best and find out how good I was. And on the odd occasion, I could beat Michael, but unfortunately, I wasn't good enough to beat him across the whole season.
More on Shumi, Satya?
Yeah. In 2000, you flipped the bird to Michael Schumacher in French Grand Prix. Were there any repercussions to that?
Well, obviously, I apologised afterwards because it's not big and it's not clever to give someone the finger. But I was just so bloody pissed off that that Michael had cut me up at the beginning of the race. And, you know, it was ridiculous that I thought he'd be able to see me waving to him when I was driving behind him. But it just showed that my adrenaline was pumping, and I eventually went on and won that Grand Prix. And I think that was probably one of my best victories.
So, Arman, there's a tip for you. Don't flip the bird to any fellow driver. But David, I've always wanted to ask you this. You know, in 2001, you finished second to Michael Schumacher. That was your best finish ever of your career as far as the Drivers' Championship is concerned. But you were 65 points. Schumi was 123. A little humbling?
Well, it is, but Michael won 7 World Championships, so although I only managed to finish second to him once, there was a lot of other drivers who experienced just his level of dominance.
Right.
Tuba.com